The cloud cushions. High above the tallest mountains, where the skies stretched endlessly and the sun painted golden streaks across the horizon, a little girl named Luma drifted through the clouds. She wasn't sure how she had gotten there, but as she lay on the soft, pillowy mist, she felt lighter than she ever had before. Luma had always been busy, her mind filled with 1,000 thoughts, her feet constantly running from one thing to another. But here, in the sky, everything felt different. The clouds weren't just clouds. They were cloud cushions, soft and full of warmth, cradling her like a gentle hug. As she floated, a whisper of wind brushed against her cheek. A voice, airy and kind, spoke. "Welcome, Luma. You have found the cloud cushions, the place where busy hearts learn to rest." Luma sat up, curious. Rest? But there's always so much to do. I have to think, plan, run, move. The clouds swirled beneath her, lifting her slightly. The voice chuckled softly. "Watch and learn, little traveler." The clouds around her began to take shape. One cloud fluffed itself into the shape of a cozy chair. Another stretched out like a long, feathery hammock. A third became a soft, floating bed. Luma hesitated, then climbed onto the hammock. It rocked gently, like the arms of the wind were singing her a lullaby. "Feel the weight of your thoughts drift away," the voice whispered. Luma took a deep breath. The air was cool and sweet, like the scent of fresh rain. She closed her eyes and let herself sink into the softness. For the first time in forever, she let go. As she lay there, the sky changed colors, from bright blue to dreamy pink, then soft lavender. The stars twinkled one by one as if winking at her. She felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. "You see, Luma," the voice murmured, "sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing at all. The world will keep spinning, the sun will keep rising, and you deserve to rest." Luma smiled, stretching her arms wide. "I think I understand now." And with that, the clouds wrapped around her like a warm embrace, carrying her gently back home. But even after she awoke, whenever life felt too busy, Luma remembered the cloud cushions and how to float, breathe, and just be. The end. The whisper of the night butterfly. The moon hung high in the sky, casting a soft silver glow over the little house where Luna lay in bed, wide awake. She tossed and turned, fluffing her pillow, pulling up her blanket, then pushing it away. No matter how hard she tried, sleep would not come. She listened to the gentle rustling of the trees outside and the quiet hoot of an owl in the distance. Then, just as she closed her eyes, she heard something soft and delicate, like the whisper of a breeze. Flutter, flutter. She turned her head toward the window and saw something magical. A butterfly, glowing like moonlight, had landed on her windowsill. Its wings shimmered like silk, and when it spoke, its voice was as light as a feather. "Why do you stay awake, little one?" the butterfly asked. Luna sat up. "I don't know. My thoughts keep dancing in my head. I want to sleep, but I just can't." The butterfly nodded wisely. "Then let me tell you a story. A story as soft as the night. One that will carry you to the land of dreams." Luna nestled deeper into her blanket, and the butterfly began to whisper. The dreaming meadow. Far beyond the hills, where the stars twinkle like tiny lanterns, there is a secret meadow, a place where dreams are born. Luna's eyes grew heavy as she imagined it. In this meadow, the grass is softer than a cloud, and when the wind sings, it carries the gentlest lullaby. The fireflies glow like tiny stars, twinkling in time with your breath, slow and steady, like the rise and fall of the waves. Luna took a deep breath, feeling calmer already, And in this meadow lives a family of night butterflies, just like me. They spend their evenings fluttering between the silver flowers, sipping nectar as sweet as a lullaby. Luna's eyelids fluttered. But the most magical thing about the meadow, the butterfly whispered, is the way it knows when a child is ready to dream. The moment you close your eyes, a gentle breeze carries you there, wrapping you in soft moonlight and the hush of the stars. Luna sighed as warmth spread through her chest. The butterfly's whisper was like a song, light and airy, weaving around her like a cozy blanket. The softest night. The butterfly's voice grew even softer now. Can you feel it, little one? The meadow is calling you. The stars are waiting to tuck you in. The flowers are swaying, ready to carry you into a dream. Luna's breath slowed. Her body felt weightless, like a leaf floating on the wind. Just close your eyes, listen to the whisper of the night, and drift away on the wings of a dream. The butterfly's voice faded into the hush of the night. Luna smiled one last time before she sank into sleep, carried away to the dreaming meadow, where the night butterflies danced under the stars. And outside her window, the butterfly fluttered away, its job complete. The end. The Moon's Mystery. It was a quiet night in the little town of Starhaven. The stars twinkled gently, and the cool breeze whispered through the trees. But as Emery lay in bed, staring out the window, something felt wrong. The sky was dark. Too dark. The moon. Her moon was missing. She sat up, rubbing her eyes. "Where did the moon go?" she whispered. As if answering her, a soft silver glow filled her room. A tiny, shimmering creature floated in through the window. It was made of stardust, with eyes that twinkled like the night sky. "I am Luma, keeper of the night," the little being said, "and we need your help. The moon has vanished, and only you can find it." Emery's eyes widened. "Me? But how?" Luma twirled in the air, sending sparkles of moonlight around the room. "The moon is hiding somewhere in a dream. You must find it before the night fades." Emery barely had time to nod before the silver light wrapped around her like a warm blanket. She felt herself floating, drifting, falling softly into a world made of dreams. She landed on a path of glowing stars stretching across a sky that wasn't quite right. Too dim, too empty. "The moon must be near," Luma said, flitting beside her. "We'll search the dreamlands." Emery took a deep breath and stepped forward. The first place they reached was the Valley of Sleeping Clouds, where fluffy clouds drifted lazily, murmuring in their sleep. "Have you seen the moon?" Emery asked gently. A sleepy cloud yawned. We saw something silver fall past us, heading to the River of Reflections." Emery and Luma hurried on. The River of Reflections shimmered like glass, showing a mirror of the sky above. But when Emery looked down, she saw something strange. A silver crescent shape floating beneath the water. "The moon!" she gasped. She reached for it, but as soon as she touched the water, the reflection rippled and disappeared. A voice whispered from the trees beside the river. "The moon is only a reflection here. It hides where the stars cannot reach." Emery frowned. "Where the stars cannot reach?" Luma gasped. "The cave of hidden dreams." They ran across the sky until they reached a dark cave tucked between the stars. Inside, the air was soft and glowing, like the inside of a dream. And there, curled up in the quiet shadows, was the moon. It was smaller than Emery expected, like a silver pearl sleeping peacefully. Emery knelt beside it. "Moon?" she whispered. The tiny crescent flickered, as if waking up. I was tired, it murmured. So many nights, so many dreams to watch over. I just needed to rest. Emery smiled. It's okay, but the sky misses you. The moon blinked sleepily, then stretched, growing brighter and rounder. I am ready to return. With a gentle whoosh, the cave disappeared, and Emery found herself floating back up through the stars. She woke up snuggled in her bed, the silver glow fading from her room. She blinked and looked outside. There, in the sky, was the full moon, shining brighter than ever. Had it all been a dream? Or had she really saved the moon? Luma's soft whisper echoed in the air. Thank you, dreamer. Sleep well. And as Emery drifted into sleep, the moon smiled down at her, keeping watch for another night. The end. The planet that sleeps. Far, far away, in the quiet corners of the universe, there was a tiny planet named Nuvi. Nuvi was much smaller than the other planets, and instead of spinning fast like Jupiter or glowing bright like Venus, Nuvi had a very special routine. Every night, when the stars twinkled just right, Nuvi would snuggle into the darkness and gently drift into sleep. But before Nuvi slept, it always told a bedtime story, one last whisper to the stars before closing its eyes. And tonight, little Nuvi had a very special story to tell. The story of the cosmic dream. Once upon a time, Nuvi began, there was a little dream floating through space. It had no home, no name, just a wish to find a place to rest. The dream drifted past bright suns, through silver dust clouds, and between dancing comets. But it never found a place soft enough to sleep. Nuvi's voice was gentle, and the stars above listened quietly. Then, one day, the little dream found a planet. Warm, small, and kind. The planet opened its arms and said, "Come rest here, little dream. I will keep you safe while you sleep." And so, the dream curled up on the planet's soft hills, under its twinkling sky, and it finally rested. Time for sleep. Nuvi sighed happily. That's my favorite story, it whispered to the stars. The stars twinkled back as if saying, "Good night, little planet." Slowly, Nuvi pulled a blanket of soft mist over its surface. The tiny trees and hills stilled, and the gentle winds slowed. The stars hummed a sleepy tune. And as Nuvi drifted into dreams, the last thing it whispered was, "Sleep well, little ones. The universe will watch over you." And with that, the little planet slept. Good night, little dreamer. The little star who slept last. High above the world, where the sky stretched wide and deep, lived a tiny star named Luma. Luma was the smallest star in the great night sky, but she had the biggest heart. While all the other stars twinkled and danced in the night, Luma had a special job. She stayed awake until everyone else was asleep, the keeper of dreams. Each night, when the sky grew dark, the stars flickered on, one by one, filling the heavens with their gentle glow. Luma twinkled too, but she wasn't just there to shine. She watched over the world below. She peeked into windows where children snuggled into bed. She saw the owls and fireflies waking up in the forest. She whispered goodnight to the waves rolling onto the shore. But not everyone was ready for sleep. Some children tossed and turned, their little minds too busy with dreams. Some animals rustled in the bushes, trying to find their cozy spots, and some stars were still sleepy, needing a gentle nudge to shine. So Luma stayed awake, watching, waiting, whispering. Sleep now, little ones. The night is here to hold you close. The night grows sleepy. As the hours passed, the big stars began to dim. their twinkles soft and slow. The owls hooted their last song, and the fireflies blinked their final glow. The world below grew still, and soon the last little child yawned, curled under their blanket and drifted into dreams. Luma smiled. Everyone was asleep now. It was finally her turn to rest. With one last gentle twinkle, she closed her eyes and let the night cradle her into sleep. And as she dozed, the first light of morning stretched across the sky, ready to wake the world once more. Good night, little star. Sleep well. The sky will shine again tomorrow. The end. The Sleepy Bear in the Night Sky. Deep in the heart of Starfall Forest, where the trees stretched high and the rivers hummed soft lullabies, lived a little bear named Bruno. Bruno loved to play all day, climbing trees, splashing in the river, and rolling in the golden autumn leaves. But when night came, he just couldn't fall asleep. He tossed, he turned, he fluffed his pillow of soft moss. He even tried snuggling deeper into his cozy den. But no matter how hard he tried, sleep just wouldn't come. "Mama," he sighed, poking his big, gentle mother, who was already snoring peacefully. "I can't sleep." Mama Bear yawned and opened one eye. Have you tried counting your paws?" Bruno wiggled his toes and counted 1, 2, 3, 4. But he was still wide awake. Mama Bear chuckled sleepily. "Then, my little star, maybe you should try counting the night sky." "The sky?" Bruno blinked. Mama Bear nodded. "Go outside, look up, and count the stars. Let them carry you to sleep." Bruno wasn't sure if stars could help him sleep, but it was better than tossing and turning all night. So he tiptoed out of the den into the crisp, cool night, the sky full of stars. Outside, the whole forest was bathed in silver light. The trees swayed gently, and fireflies blinked softly like tiny lanterns. But what took Bruno's breath away was the sky. It stretched above him endless and deep, sprinkled with a million twinkling stars. Bruno's eyes widened in wonder. There are so many. He took a deep breath and began to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. His voice was barely above a whisper. The stars shimmered and twinkled as if they were listening. Bruno kept counting, his little paws tracing shapes in the air. He found a cluster that looked like a honey jar, then another that looked like a paw print, and another that looked like a big, cozy bed. The more he counted, the sleepier he felt. His blinks became slower, his paws felt heavier, his breathing became soft and deep, until finally, Bruno fell asleep beneath the night sky, dreaming of stars, a dream among the stars. In his dream, Bruno found himself floating gently through the sky, surrounded by soft, glowing stars. A silver-furred owl flew beside him. "You did well, little bear. The stars are always here to help you rest." Bruno yawned and stretched, feeling light as a cloud. "They really do help." The owl smiled. "Whenever you can't sleep, just look up. The stars will always be waiting." Bruno felt himself drifting down, 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 back to his cozy den, the sleepiest bear in the forest. The next morning, Mama Bear found Bruno curled up outside, snoring softly. She smiled and nudged him gently. "Did the stars help you sleep?" Bruno stretched and let out a big, happy yawn. "Yes," he mumbled sleepily. "They really did." From that night on, whenever Bruno had trouble sleeping, he would step outside, look up, and count the stars. And before he could ever reach 100, he was fast asleep. The end.